So I stopped my dropshipping career and now I'm living here as a 22-year-old in the mountains of Mexico. Why the fuck am I doing this? Is what a lot of people around me are asking, and that's what I'm gonna tell you in this video, because the reason is maybe a little bit different from the reason you would think it would be. So let's start first of all talking about the fucking Wi-Fi here. It's the worst. Literally a little bit in the middle of nowhere. It's called San Jose del Pacifico. It's in the state of Oaxaca of Mexico. It's a very nice place in the middle of the mountains, 2,500 meters high. The sunsets are above the clouds. The nature is amazing, but there's no Wi-Fi in my house. There are a few places that have Wi-Fi. The data connection on my phone doesn't work. So I have to go to the reception here to check my messages. So it's very primitive and there's nothing to do here. So why the fuck did I go from a dropshipping store? Well, it's not really dropshipping. I was selling products branded. I had a brand. We sold with inventory and stock. So why did I go from that career to living in the mountains and having a completely different life? Well, first of all, I was dropshipping and I was making money, and I was so only focused on the money. I was checking out all the influencers who were saying, yeah, you need to have money to become rich. Of course you need money to become rich. You need money to become happy. You need at least 20k a month, 30k a month, 40k a month in order to be happy and in order to live your life, and then only you can provide for your family and blah, 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 blah. And I was very controlled by that. I was like, oh fuck man, I need to make this brand work. I need to make money, and then I'll finally can live the life that I want to live, without even really specifying what would be the life that I want to live, because I was just having all these thoughts that the influencers said, like, okay, let's fucking go. I want a nice car, I want a nice house, and I want to be able to care for my family. That was my dream. But it's such a simple dream. Like, everyone wants to be rich and wants to have their own house. It's not original at all. It's not authentic. And then your goal is to make money. And what kind of purpose is that? To make money, you know? Of course, making money is nice, but making money is something you get back from what you're giving to the world. It's something you get back. It's a return you get from living your purpose. And it's not only that money can be the goal, because what I noticed is, okay, I was doing e-commerce. I was working in sales. I was working in door-to-door sales. So I would come on your door and I would sell you a fucking internet membership. I would even have a recruitment agency. I would have like 25 people working for the company, for the sales company, knocking doors for me, basically, through me. And I got paid on the hours they made. So I was making okay money. So I was running two businesses. I was going to the gym. I was working as a team leader in sales. So I had a fucking busy life, a very normal. Not normal. It was quite a busy life, let's say. And but it was so not pure, because it was like, okay, every day I'm working towards making money. I was building an e-commerce brand. I had a brand in supplements, a natural supplement called Shilajit. And the only reason I was selling it was to make money. The only metric we were focused on was revenue and profit. And then I started noticing, I've been in e-commerce for 4 years, dropshipping. I'll use the term for people that don't really know e-commerce and branding. I'll just say dropshipping. And the thing is, it didn't really fulfill me. So it was like, in the moments I got like my best month. So 1 month, December of 2023, I did like 70,000 euros in revenue. And I thought like, oh my God, when I was younger, I was like, if I had that 10k, if I had that 20k, if I had that, let's say now 70k in revenue milestone, I'm going to be so fucking happy. I'm going to be living the best life. And I noticed on the moments that I made the most money, the most revenue at least, that I was not the most happy. I still felt fucking anxious. I still felt fear of death. I still woke up with these negative thoughts and these fears of life, and I was not open. I couldn't feel love a lot. I couldn't feel at peace. Like in these moments I was running my business, like from the eyes of outside perspective, I was 20 or 21 and I was running two quite successful businesses. I was doing around, maybe not crazy, maybe like 7 to 8,000 to maybe 15,000 euros in profit in my top months. And people would say like, that's so, like, I'm successful, I'm doing, like, people said like, oh my god, I also want what you are doing. But I felt so shitty, I felt so fucking anxious, I felt so much negative thoughts constantly in my mind. I was scared, I was trying to solve these feelings I had to deal with. And I, like, at one moment I came home on the couch of my mom and it was like, I couldn't even sit still for 2 minutes. I was like, after a long working day from like 7:30 in the morning to like 11, I came home. And I did all the things, like I had to work, I did the meditation, I did the cold shower, I did the business, I did the sales, I did the another business, I went to the gym, I ate 4,000 calories, I did the whole fucking checklist of the self-improvement. And I felt so fucked up, so fucking anxious, like I was sitting on the couch and I couldn't even move. I was like looking like this. I was so stiff of anxiety and I was like, what am I gonna do now? I'm making top money I never made before, but I still feel like shit. I feel more shitty than when I didn't make good money. So that made me think. And then I saw I had a job also, even as a private driver, so I was fucking busy. I was a private driver in a big newest Range Rover of this guy, this like 50-year-old guy, and I was driving him around like 2 times a week as his chauffeur, and he was super rich, like 100s of millions, like let's say 300 million he had, and it was a good informal connection we had. So that was a great job to have, just fucking riding around in this Range Rover. I drove his dad around in a Rolls-Royce Cullinan like a fucking dream. And that also made me realize, like, okay, now I'm driving in this Rolls-Royce Cullinan, like a fucking car, 500,000 euros. Not to boast that I drove in this. I drove in it maybe only twice. But I still felt this intense fear and these negative thoughts also when driving this 500,000 euro car. So I was like, okay, my goal is to have this amazing car, like the end goal car, 500,000 euro car. And now I'm driving it, and now I still feel so fearful and so not myself and so not calm that I'm like, is this the end goal I really am striving for? If in 10 years or 5 years time, if I make it work completely and be on the grind fully, and I'm able to buy this car even at that age, I still feel anxious. I still feel not good. I still don't feel at peace. I still don't feel love for myself. So what is then this goal that I'm striving towards with this busyness, with this dropshipping, with these sales, with these recruitments, stuff like that? So then I was like, okay, I was driving around people in this Range Rover, like clients or business partners of this rich guy, and guys with a beautiful wife, a beautiful family, and he was sitting next to me and he was like constantly, he was so stressed. A guy that probably has tens or hundreds of millions. The goal you would think, he achieved it. He was sitting next to me and he was so stressed he couldn't even hold a relaxed conversation with me and talk about stuff. He couldn't even laugh really about jokes. He couldn't even enjoy the time he had with his wife and his children in this beautiful car, in this beautiful house he was renting. So that put a lot in perspective, and I was like, okay, so maybe this end goal I'm thinking about with making great money and driving this nice car is not really fulfilling, because I see people who've achieved it that feel shitty, and the moments I sort of achieve my dream that I had like 4 years ago with money-wise, I feel more shit than I felt when I was like 17 and not having any money. So that put so much in perspective for me. I was like, okay, what now? What now? You know, if money is not the focus anymore, what now? Well, I had a good situation, and I still have a good situation that the e-commerce business I ran is now my two business partners and friends are running it, and I still get a profit share until they buy me out at a certain price. So I'm still able to make money from that passively. So I have the opportunity to not work. So I have not been working for the last since June. So for the last 8 months, I think. For the last 8.5 months, I've not been working. So now I've been looking at the other way. What do I want out of life? And then I didn't work at all. So I was not working. And I noticed that I would be a bit more weed smoking, a bit more chilling, a bit more relaxing. And it was a period I really needed. It was really a period of healing. I'll go in that later because that's the main point of this video. I want to drive home to you guys the most important lesson. But I'll come to that later. So now I was in this period, in this space of not working, and now my discipline I've built through the years was lacking a little bit, and I slept in and I woke up maybe at 10, 11 a.m. and I didn't have anything to do, so I would wake up, I would just hang around the house, and I would maybe go to the beach, and I was just living this life that people would think, oh my god, he has passive income for the next year or more. He's chilling on the beach, he's living in Mexico with his girlfriend, the sun is out, he's just so enjoying his life now. He's free. But I wasn't free at all. I didn't feel free at all. I felt limited. I thought someone was picking me up. I felt limited. I felt directionless. So now I didn't have any purpose. I didn't have any goal to strive towards. I didn't have anything to distract me from how I was feeling. So now I was slacking in my discipline. I was lost. I was like, okay, now I don't like achieving goals is bad. Striving towards something is bad. So I rather just try and relax and become spiritual and enlightened all day. And then I was smoking weed and not doing anything and not socializing. And I was thinking that I had to become enlightened before I can enjoy my life. And I was on the spiritual journey, trying to achieve spiritual awakening and enlightenment. And then this whole journey, my discipline was slacking and my physique was getting worse, and I wasn't eating enough calories, and I was losing weight, and I was not making money, and I was not doing anything to help people. I was not striving towards a goal at all. I thought striving was bad. I thought money was bad. We don't want to have money. And then I found the other side, which a lot of maybe spiritual people get stuck in, is like, achieving goals is bad. You should be happy right now. Your life is right now. You should be happy. And then you question yourself, like, why am I not happy? I should be happy. And then you put this pressure on yourself that you should be happy. And you're trying to achieve spiritual enlightenment. And you're rejecting materialism. Oh, materialism is bad. Striving towards goals is bad. It is not. It is definitely not. So, what changed now? Now I realized, okay, striving towards the money as a purpose is not a good thing. So you need a purpose something you want to create, something you are excited about creating. So now these are the lessons. Let's go. Don't chase money. Chase something you want to create and get excited about creating that. And strive towards that end vision of you having created that. And especially it would be nice if it's a place where you can help people. And then it would be even better if you can help people with something you've helped yourself with. Because from your own knowledge you can help people way better than from, let's say, other people's knowledge or books and stuff like that. So something you're excited about creating. What is your highest excitement? What do you really want to do? Maybe you want to take your family to Thailand, or maybe you get super excited about building a breathwork retreat like me. Maybe you're excited about building a house somewhere. Maybe you're excited about creating content. Like, what are you excited about creating? Not necessarily what amount of money you want to achieve. Then on the other hand, don't fall for the trap that materialism, making money and achieving goals is bad. Because especially for us men, achieving goals and striving towards a beautiful end vision is beautiful. You have a purpose to work for. You wake up early. You have a direction. You have something you're building towards. Especially when you're making progress, you feel great. only one thing: don't get tricked that you think, oh, I need to achieve this end vision, and once I achieve it, I become happy. Don't be in the mindset of, oh, I need to get this out of life and then I'll feel good enough. Move from a place of feeling good enough, feeling nice, feeling at peace, and then work towards creation. And then the third point, the most important point, is the inner work, man, the healing. The reason I am now in a good place, in a good mental state, I'm feeling great, I'm feeling energized, I don't really have too many negative thoughts anymore. Well, I had periods where I was like so anxious, I couldn't even talk about it. I didn't even know what to do with it. Just felt so lost. And now I feel great, way more grateful, way more present, way more enjoying my time here. And the only reason that could happen is because I went into a healing process. And a healing process, or a spiritual process, I don't even want to call it a spiritual process because people think about that negatively, but a healing process is ultimately going inwards and looking yourself and looking your fears in the eyes and thinking, how am I really feeling, and why am I feeling like this? Why am I running away from how I'm feeling? Doing breathworks, doing meditations, talking about your problems. There's a lot of different ways to heal, but the only thing it is you can only do it yourself. And it is really by looking inwards and accepting yourself, loving yourself through all the difficulties you're feeling. Not loving yourself and enjoying your life only when you get rid of these feelings. Loving these feelings, and from that place of imperfection and not feeling good enough, move into life and talk about your shit and just heal from these traumas and acknowledge how heavy and fucked up and shitty you've been feeling all your life. You know, it can be really, really painful to look at it in a contrast of like, fuck, I've been feeling shitty for 5 years. I've been feeling anxious and negative thoughts or depressed for 5 years. To really acknowledge that and really see that you've been feeling like this, or you think about memories you've had in the past where you felt so anxious and you think back about that and it's so painful and you just feel this pain in your body instead of trying to get away from it. That's the message. Feel this in your body instead of getting away from it, and then you can breathe with it, relax with it, be with it, release it, you know, cry, get angry, feel your fear. And ultimately that's what releases it, and that's what gets these negative thoughts way more calm. That's what gets the mind way more calm, because the reason the mind is so busy is because there's so much pain and so much energy and trauma stuck up inside your body and you don't feel it, so it creates thinking. This energy needs to allocate itself somewhere, so it creates thinking. That's how trauma creates negative thoughts. So we need to release this stuck energy, and I can tell you, your life can be so much more free. You can be so much more grateful. You can be so much more in connection with God, and living from a place of surrender, living in the present moment, not being too bothered and dominated by your thoughts. And from that space, your mind is so much more clear to create things. Your mind is so much more clear to be in touch with yourself and see what you really want to create and to give to life, instead of what you really want to get in order to feel good. It's a whole different paradigm we're talking about. From this old paradigm, you are so hurt, you are so in pain without noticing it, that all your thoughts try to get away from this pain, and they project themselves on a future which you want to achieve. Like, oh, if I can achieve this, I'll finally feel good enough, and I don't feel good enough right now, so I want to feel good enough. You want something out of life, you want to get something, and money is a big dream we want to get, and then we'll finally feel good enough. Or you heal from this not feeling good enough and you feel good enough, and then you can make money. I'm very big on that. Like, fuck it, why can't I make money? I am gonna make good money, big money even. I want to make big money, but I don't need to make money to feel good. Like, let's go into this new spirituality, this new paradigm where we don't have to wear these spiritual clothes and do these earrings in and not shower, and we don't have to grow a big beard and long hair in order to be spiritual. We can just be ourselves, feel good, don't get bothered by negative thoughts, feel free, and create the life we want to create, make the money we want to make, but do it from a pure place where the thoughts are not bothering us, where the emotions are healed, where we move from a place of love, presence, and peace, and then create what we want to create, being able to just be in nature for half an hour and enjoy yourself without only thinking about the future. Because these thought structures of only thinking about the future, they stay when you make the money, because the thought structures, they stay. Only when you release the pain and you release the thought structures and you see through them, you get rid of them. And that's the freedom we are looking for. From that freedom we are looking for, we can make money, achieve our goals, build amazing things, help people on an amazing way. We don't have to become passive when we are spiritual. We can become active, make money, build a crazy life, even from more clarity, from more pure being, from more being yourself. So it's way more pure you, more pure what you want, more in touch with your qualities and what you can give to life, instead of just copying everyone else and just wanting to make money from a place of lack, living from a place of abundance. And you're in this frequency, so the manifestation and the law of attraction is going to work for you. It's just way better. And this process in myself of healing myself from fear, like I wouldn't say I'm never fearful anymore. That's not the goal, but I'm way better at embracing the fear and embracing myself when I don't feel good, because emotions will arise. The skill is, can you love yourself through these emotions and don't get too strict on yourself, hateful towards yourself. Being more open towards life. So I come from a dropshipper who was trying to make 10K a month to still a guy who is normal, I would say. I am still the same guy. I'm not out of nowhere a wavy spiritual man that can only meditate for 8 hours a day. I am still the same guy. I would even say I'm more of myself now, and I'm living in a cabin in San Jose del Pacifico with the best views in the world, and feeling way better, feeling way less bothered by my negative thoughts. So please, if you take one thing from this video, put healing from trauma and negative thoughts on number one, because all the goals and all the things you want to achieve, if you achieve them, your thoughts and your self-image and your trauma and your pain is still going to be there, and it's going to follow you until you heal it and let go of it. So make it a thing to heal and let go of pain and trauma. Feel what you're feeling and let go of it, and then you can live a life of way more clarity and freedom, so you can actually achieve the dream life. The quality of work is better, like everything is better from there. So don't get fooled by thinking you need to make crazy amounts of money in order to finally feel good enough. You can do your healing work, feel better, eventually feel amazing, and from that place create beautiful things in the world, not from a passive but from an active state. So that was me. That was my story a little bit. I have way more things to tell you. I have other videos. I'm going to make other videos where I'm going to go way more into healing, because I say healing is the most positive thing, is the most important thing. But I have not even give you any techniques to do it. So this was just my story and what I think is important. And I'm going to have more videos on healing and how to actually do this. And, be on a spiritual path while still being able to create a dream life and being able to, feel good without all the wavy and extra stuff with spirituality that people are busy with, because I'm not really interested in that. Guys, it was a pleasure talking to you. If you like this content, do whatever. You can subscribe or you can watch more of my videos. I think there will be a link in the description where you can book a call with me. I don't have anything to sell you yet. Probably gonna sell something in the future, um, because I have some great plans on what I'm gonna be thinking to do. But now you can book a call with me for free, just to talk about maybe your negative thoughts, the shit you're struggling with. I can see how I can help you, and let me know if this resonates with you at all. Tell me your story in the comments, and I'll check you on the next one.